Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Extreme Forces Racing League, the race around Miles the Monster's Monster Mile. It is the Grooming by Kimberly 125. Glad to have you with us here tonight. I am your host for the race tonight, AJ Gabola. We have qualifying just underway. Right now, Joe Darnell is currently your race leader. Matt Erickson in second, James Shane Wolf in third. Fourth, you have Adam Capps, Michael Steele in fifth, running at that top five. Sixth, Joshua Yandow. Seventh, Ryan Fry. The 11th/25 of Kendron Everson is in eighth. Ninth, you have Brad Stefane. 10th, Taylor Wasson. Michael Sheely is in 11th, and Paul Irvin currently in that 12th position. On the racetrack right now, you have Farron Elam. He will go P3. That second lap. See what he does here. And across the line. Elam goes P1 on the board. Matt Cochran after his first lap. Good for 8th. Flying down the back straightaway, a little low on exit of 2. Gonna hug that inside lane. Out of 4. Does he improve from 8th place? He will. P6. P6 for Matt Cochran. How's everybody doing in the YouTube and Facebook land? Thank you for joining us. Tonight's race is sponsored by Grooming by Kimberly. Get a little info on that for all you wonderful people. But it looks like qualifying is just about over, which it is. Aaron Elam is going to win the pole at Dover Motor Speedway. Outside pole, you have Joe Darnell. In your second row, you have Matt Erickson and James Shainwolf. In row 3, Adam Capps, Matt Cochran. Row number 4, you have Michael Steele and Joshua Yandow. And rounding out that top 10, Brian Fry and Kendron Everson. On your screen, you're going to have the rest of the field. I'm excited. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, and also follow. It'll help out the channel greatly. Seeing all the different makes and models right now on your screen. Only one Chevy within that top 10, and that is Joe Darnell. 5 Fords and 4 Toyotas. Your top 3 positions go to all 3 makes. There's our race leader and the field as they're getting ready to get rolling here tonight. Take a quick commercial break. When we return, it'll be the start of tonight's race, the Grooming by Kimberly 125.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Alright everybody, we have started rolling. We are getting ready to go. Who are your picks here tonight? See who gets the good initial start and who's going to work well on these cold tires to start. Pace car is off and we are in the control of the flagman. And green flag is in the air and we are live from Dover Motor Speedway. Aaron Elam with a great launch off the start. He's going to pull away by a couple car lengths as they're going to fight side by side for that second position. Joe Darnell on that outside has the advantage down the back straightaway. He's going to send it high through 3 and 4. Matt Erickson with a good charge on the inside. They're going to make contact out of 4. Didn't take long to get some contact between both drivers, as Erickson is starting to fall backwards with a loose race car. He's going to drop back to 7th, possibly 8th, with Yandau looking to his outside. Oh, he's still loose. Smacking the inside wall. That's going to break a toe. He might have a meatball coming to pit road soon. Staying with him here. Yeah, that car is not doing well. On the restart, Everson did have a black flag for being an incorrect car. They're on pit road now, receiving that black flag. But up front, Farron Elon with almost a second lead over Joe Darnell. Good 3-car battle here. James Shane Wolf, Michael Steele, and Matt Cochran all under a blanket. As we are really getting under a blanket here. From Adam Capps all the way to Matt Cochran under a blanket, as Shane Wolf with a great pass by Joe Darnell. That's for 3rd place. Your biggest mover of the race so far is the number 89 of Brad Stefane. You see him right behind Michael Steele in your picture, trying to use that mid to outside lane to get a good run. But with the 2 cars in front of him, he is stuck right where he is, as Steele in the wall out of 4. Concrete racetrack for the first time this year. A lot of practice hours for a lot of these drivers throughout the week, trying to get this setup down packed, as Cochran's loose out of 4. Still sticking around here because we've seen that 4 get loose, as the 12 gets loose there too. Joshua Yandau looking to the back bumper of Matt Cochran. And then back a little bit further, you have Brandon in the 45 really trying to close in on Paul Irvin. Both drivers are up for position. Griffith's doing a really good job trying to gain some more spots. But I think for the run, unless something happens, he's probably gotten to where he's going to get the tires burn off pretty fast. We're already 2 or 3 tenths slower than where we started. And that's just going to grow to a second, to a second and a half. And by the end of a run, if we stay green, 2 seconds, as the 45's in the wall out of 4. Matt Erickson, I don't think he got a black flag for repair damage. But we're going to jump on board with the 28 to see if there's something wrong with the tire, with anything. Because he has fallen 10 positions from where he started. And still putting up pretty good RPM. Still turning relatively well. I think he's just going to have to work back up to getting towards the front. Maybe use some strategy to make some of these passes. See Taylor Wasson right in front of him. Yandau and Paul Irving number 1 starting to fall back just a tad. Oh, both the 1 and the 45 loose out of 40. You guys saw that on your screen. That can get bad. And another thing with Dover, it's just like Bristol. If you're going to hit one wall, you're going to shoot right across and smack the other wall and take anybody in between with. Oh, Josh in the wall again. Erickson did get by the 7 of Wasson there, and he's starting to pull away. Taylor not having a great time behind the wheel there. He is just about a second off the pace to the leaders. And speaking of your leaders, there he is right there. It's Farron Elam in second. You have James Shanewoolf in third. Adam Capps, Michael Steele in fourth. In fifth, the 89 of Brad Stefan. In the 12th, you have Joe Darnell as... What happened to Adam Capps there? Did he smack the wall? I'm going to move Michael Steele into third. They are under a blanket for third place. One track I wish I had a center field cam. But thank you everybody for tuning in. That too is having a big issue as he smacks the wall again. And then he's going to send it into turn 1. Going to lose a little bit on exit to the car in front, Darnell. We are very much spurred apart. We are getting spurred apart. Something you normally see from racetracks like this is the 2 goes by, you see all the right side damage, mostly to the right rear. And jump on board with Matt Cochran as you try to make the pass. 2 teammates, I see them being very lenient with each other. A nice battle behind them. Brian Fry and Paul Irving, as they honestly look closer together than they really were apparently. As yellow flag is out, and that, my friends, I think is the stage. Take a look at the schedule. It is stage 1 winner, Farron Elam. They're gonna make around to pit road, and everybody's gonna come down and grab 4 Mr. Feelgoods. As it looks like Matt Cochran and Taylor are gonna stay out. Matt will probably come in next time by to just get the lap led and then come down and pit. But while everybody's taking a nice pit break, we are going to take a look at our sponsors. But before that, Grooming by Kimberly, thank you for sponsoring the race. Appreciate having you at least on one race throughout the years. We'll be right back, everyone.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back, everybody. It looks like Matt Cochran is staying out. We had Fair and Elam win the stage here tonight. We're pacing under yellow for our first time under the yellow, which was our stage break at 20. You're watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the Extreme Forces Racing League's Next Gen Series, brought to you by Michael Steele Graphics and Design. A very eventful stage. A lot of drivers getting loose for it being Dover. It's been very, very fun to watch to see who's been able to run where. The low line has worked for a lot of drivers, but we saw them start to move towards that outside. Curious to see if we get another long run here, if we see those tires wear to the point where everybody's going to move to that outside. As we coming around to get the one to go. James, I honestly can't tell you what's making it freeze up. I know iRacing was having an issue earlier, but the numbers I'm getting on my end are showing strong. But we are going green. Matt Cochran with a great launch. Gonna pull away by 3 or 4 car lengths to the end of turn 1. Shane Wolf gonna be strong through 1 and 2. He's gonna get it down to about a 1/10 and a half. Here's where I think those worn tires are gonna start hurting the floor. Oh, and there goes Stefan looking for the lead. Gonna have second. A great battle back here, as unfortunately Matt Cochran is going to get swallowed up by the field. He's just getting out of the way now. Something happened to Michael Steele. He's on pit road. Might have had some significant damage on the restart. Going back and trying to take a look. See the 5 on the outside. He gets loose. Oh, and he pancakes the wall. Oh, there's a lot of damage on that right front. He's going to have to bring it to pit road, which he does, and he can't turn it. That wheel is broken, unfortunately. Michael having a pretty decent night, starting in that 7th position. Was looking good through that first stage, but just the way these tires are on restarts, lost it out of 2 and just kills the right front going into the wall. As you see your top 3 right on your screen there, as the 89 gets a little loose. I'm also watching the stream, not on the Wi-Fi, but on my data, and it's coming through fine on my end. So glad to have everybody with me tonight, as we're going to drop back a little bit further in the pack. Joshua Yandow making the pass on Brandon Griffiths. Here comes Darkwood as well. Chris Darkwood with a new paint scheme on that 81. See if we can get a look at that. Show some of the people off in the league. Michael Sheely Painting. Can't wait to see them sponsor a race. I have plenty of sponsor plugs for them. Nice pictures that Michael, if you're gonna go back and listen to this, you do a really good job. Just wish you were closer. Joe Darnell and Adam Capps, two teammates out of two. A good pass by Adam Capps. Keep it strong out of 4, and he's going to start pulling away from the 12. Griffiths once again. There goes Paul Irvin right along by. TJ Barnier, who I'm very surprised has made it this far in the race, just for he's battling a sickness right now. Don't know if it's a flu or whatever. Just know that there's 102 fever that kept him out of the Wrestling with Nerds broadcast earlier today. There's also right side damage on that number 8 Ford Mustang for Rocky Faith Motorsports. But right now, not doing too bad for somebody who is very, very sick. Michael Sheely, we were just talking about him. Got some damage on the nose of that number 6. Don't know if that's meant to look like damage. It really does. Oh, he made the paint scheme for his business as he's going to smack the wall out of 4. Right in front of Matt Cochran. Shane Wolf to the lead, loose out of 4. That's gonna, oh boy. Woo. Yikes. Go back and watch this from Shane Wolf. Does get a tiny bit of help. Ooh, and he's going to pop the wall across the start-finish line. Way to keep the car underneath you. And now he's going to have a battle with Farron Elam to the inside, trying to make the pass. Should be good out of 2. Yes. 22 back to 2. Already 40 laps into this race. These guys are doing absolutely wonderful. Ooh, little blinking. I think that's from Stefan. That's a new one. Jake, I don't know if you're still watching, but thanks for liking the stream on Facebook. We appreciate you, dude. But Grooming by Kimberly up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. If we do have people from the Great White North racing in the league. If you're anywhere near that, have any pets, look them up. Oh wow, 5-star reviews. That's a lot of 5-star reviews. Good for them. Well, we are at Dover Motor Speedway for the Grooming by Kimberly 125, and something has happened to the 11 or the 25 of Everson. They wreck? Did they crash out? Oh boy! Oh, keep it off the wall! Oh! And we are going to stay green. They're going to jump the pit road, and that tow is going to basically end the night. for the 25. Might make it back out to the racetrack, but gonna be a good chunk of laps down as Michael Steele is back out on the racetrack. Still has a lot of right front damage, but unless we get another caution, it is good enough to run. At least gonna jump and grab 16th, and if we have any more wrecks, might move up the leaderboard. He is 12 laps. And he's our only driver 1 lap down, as Matt Cochran's just a couple laps away from possibly going a lap down. Battle is for that second position. There is the 89 of Stefan in the Chevy Mobile 1 Camaro. And then you have Farron Elam in the 44 Ford Mustang Realtree. We just brought Adam Katz. Adam Katz is flying these last couple of laps. One of the only drivers still in the field running in that 23-second bracket. Everybody is well over into the 24 seconds. Oh, as both of them are going to get loose. I thought Adam Katz was going to shoot the half there and split them. Smart move to just pick one off at a time, as Stefan's going to drop back to that 4th position. Good for the 2 there. Way to be smart. It's also good when you're running around drivers that you've been running around with for the last 5 or 6 seasons. Brandon Griffiths, Joshua Yandow. This is for 7th. 45 is really being able to hook that inside lane. I think Josh kind of let up a little bit and let him have it. But this is the battle we've been waiting to see. After last week at Las Vegas, Joshua Yandow, Ryan Fry, a little bit of a thing on track happened between the two of them. The first time by, Yandow didn't give the 9 any sort of room earlier on in the race, and later on in the race, when it was the opposite, Ryan kind of just didn't give him anything and ended up putting the 1 in the wall, as the 9 is going to smack the turn 4 wall. Got to be careful to not break that right rear tire, as Chris Darkwood right behind him. Taylor Wasson is just getting to the back bumper of the 28 of Matt Erickson. Matt looks like he might have fixed that 28 just a little to keep it going in the right direction. He's battling back. But like I said, a lot of these drivers that have damage need a caution just to fix some of that damage. But for just throwing it out there, he's running a 24:54. Our leader, James Shaneworth, is running a 23:97. Oh, that time by Erickson was faster than our race leader. Okay. Last lap times on the ticker there for you, as Steele is going another lap down. Paul Irvin and Stefan. This has been a very close battle. Stefan trying to run a little bit of a higher lane to get the run down the straightaways. Yeah, as he closes in before getting to the turn. On board with Stefan, he's going to clip the wall and lose a little bit of ground to the 48. Using the gyro cam. Surprised that we haven't seen a lot of people downshift yet into 4th. You know, as the run goes later, you're gonna be able to. Paul Irvin, Farron Elam now. That's a battle. Adam Capps has moved himself into that second position. Getting some bad news that Blake Snell's going to the San Francisco Giants. Should have been a Yankee. Oh, I'm going to hear about it in the chat. I don't know if Ryan or any of them are listening to it. Ryan's a Red Sox fan as baseball season starting to heat up as Joe Darnell is in the wall. We're going to back up and take a look at what happened here. Probably just, maybe contact between him and the 45. Let's see. On exit. Oh, yeah, there's definite contact. The 45 just gets way tight and doesn't let up and smacks the 12 into the wall. That's going to have to force Joe Darnell down pit road and fix that 12. Ooh. As we have pit stops, ladies and gentlemen. The fans also on pit road. Taylor's also on pit road. Matt Cochran and TJ Barnier is hitting his box. See if he's going to get 4 new freshies and hit the racetrack. We are just under halfway through the race. Everybody, thank you for watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the Extreme Forces Racing League's Next Gen Series, brought to you by Michael Steele Graphics and Design. Tonight's race, it is the Grooming by Kimberly 125. You'll see that on the thumbnail. James Shane Wolf is your race leader. Hit that like button, subscribe, go check out our merch via the Streamlabs link in the description. Everything helps the channel greatly. Thanks, Jake. Liking the stream again. Have Shane Wolf about 4 seconds ahead of Adam Capps, the first driver on 4 fresh tires. Going to be the 8 and 9 of Brad Stefane. Just over a second a lap faster than our race leader. What happened to TJ Barnier? I don't know if he was pitting, but he is back on pit road, grabbing tires again. I don't know if he just accidentally burned through an extra set of tires by not unclicking them if he had a penalty. He is still on pit road as Taylor is now getting service. Would not be surprised in the least if these leaders are trying to extend as far as possible to try to make it to the end of the race with a halfway decent set of tires, because we've had a relatively clean race tonight. Some bumping, banging. Our one caution so far was for the stage at lap 20, which Farron Elam did win. Adam Capps now hitting pit road. Gonna bump Paul Irving to P2, Brendan Griffiths to P3, Farron Elam P4, Joshua Yandow 5 and 6, Ryan Fry 7th. You have Matt Erickson and Chris Darkwood in 8th. In 9th, you have Adam Capps on pit road. That's going to end up going to Brad Stefane. And then Michael Sheely in 10th, who most likely will be Matt Cochran when it happens. So far, it has been a fun race around the Monster Mile. Miles hasn't really bit everybody. Just, oh, Stefane hard in the wall. Oh, he popped that sucker good. Gonna jump on board, see if that steering is off at all. Yeah, it looks a little bit. not having to come to pit road, has to be careful. There's a good chance he can make it to the end. From 1st to 8th have yet to pit. Defane is just 1 lap down as Shane Wolf very slow, trying to conserve gas, go as long as possible, and then come to pit road, take those 4 Mr. Feelgoods, and just launch. He has been one of the fastest cars tonight, one of the more consistent cars. It's fair and Elon won stage 1, but we saw him fall off very, very fast after that 20 lap mark. Same thing with Joe Darnell, who didn't really fall off. He got put into the wall with him in the 45 getting together. Adam Capps fall off. He's back in 12th. Can't wait to see when that 22 comes in as Ericsson battling for position with Joshua Yandow. Yandow yet to come pit. Oh, saw him shade towards the inside. Usually if you're not going to mic up, that's a signal to coming in. But he's going to stay high for Matt Cochran. Matt's driving like a bat out of hell right now. He's feeling really good on those 4 new Goodyear Eagles. Paul Urban coming down the pit road, down to that 35 mile an hour speed. And looks like we're going to have J&J Security in the broadcast booth. TJ, I know you don't feel good, but you stuck it out for as long as you can. This race is going completely different than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I would have kept going, but apparently a speeding penalty here is a hold for 40 seconds, not just a pass-through. So I was like, yeah, I can only lose 1 spot to Michael. It ain't worth that much to me. It was already like 6 laps down at that point because of the hold. It was like, just park it, call it a night, come up here and talk with you.
Yeah, well, did you get stage points?
No.
No? So it's straight going to be a 16th place finish. But
pretty much. That's why I was like, I mean, I was already 15th. The only person I could have beat was Michael Steele because he was like 12 laps down at that point. I'm like, run another, and I'd accidentally took a set of tires when I came back in to hold for the 40 seconds. I'm like, yeah.
We noticed that, and that's, I think, what the 40 seconds were, because when you get penalized, you're not supposed to take anything.
Well, no, it had me, when I went to exit, Taylor and a couple other guys were coming behind me, so I tried to speed up so they could see their boxes, and apparently I bumped up to 40 instead of 35, and it's like, oh, hold for 40 seconds. I'm like, oh. So
here comes Shane Wolf down pit road for his pit stop. This will be it for the race for Shane Wolf, unless we get a caution. He's going to pit on lap 80. That gives him about 45 laps, and TJ, I think you're able to do that.
The tires definitely give out before fuel. I had, when I pitted, granted I was literally getting lapped as I pitted, so I figured I'd come get tires then and just try to gain time back. But I still had like 30 laps of fuel.
Well, the thing is, what I'm expecting is him being able to stretch that with with how good we've seen Shane Wolf, Paul Irving, I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to 45 laps, because when they last pit on 22, do the math, people.
Yeah, I mean, has Ryan Fry pitted yet?
No, he is not. He is leading a lap.
That beautiful Galaxy Wrestling with Nerd scheme. He just called out. He's coming in.
Jake, happy you are watching, pal. Looks like he's next to the fire pit with a beer. That sounds wonderful. And then he goes, nobody should be a Yankee, as I made the Blake Snell going to the San Francisco Giants. I think it was 2 years, 62
2 years
million.
and too much money.
Yeah, we need a pitcher because we don't know how long Garrett Cole's going to be out, but when it comes to somebody's elbow, it gets scary. Especially a pitcher's elbow. Michael Sheely, glad you are here watching us from the seat of the number 6. That sounds dangerous. Good looking paint scheme too. I love it when people rep their own businesses and stuff they care about on their cars, and not just go to trading paints and steal a wrap. And then
Ryan Fry pushed it getting into the pits. I saw 36 in the speedometer twice.
Ooh, boy.
I don't think they're going to hit him.
Oh, we're going to find out here. He's in a nice looking paint scheme out in the cosmos. But Brad Stefan, like we expected, takes the race lead by 8 seconds. That's not going to last long at all.
I heard he had used the bumper at one point to get that lead.
He did. He did. I don't know if it was on purpose. I think the Excel points between the two drivers were just different. But nonetheless, the bumper was definitely used. But Shane Wolf is a 1.25 seconds faster with 20 lap fresher tires.
Yeah, Brad, I think, came down with me. So you're talking like lap 58, I believe?
Yeah, 59, yeah. Yep. Yeah, as the race leader, but Shane Wolf, we're going to jump on board. It's going to be a rocket ship, it feels like, for the 22.
All things what they are, you know, Matt Cochran stayed out that first pit stop, and it's working out for him right now. One of 4 cars in the lead lap.
Worst case scenario, he saves a set of tires here for late in the race.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a yellow. It's been really clean out there.
I think, honestly, I think a lot has to do, and I got to give a lot of credit to not just the drivers for showing up to these practices, but I know Ryan Fry, who's in 8th place, a lap down right now. You know, he put 2 practices up, I think, Wednesday or Thursday last week, and last night, Sunday. And people showed up, people practiced, they got a feel for the car, and even if they didn't make those practices, they practiced on their own, and it shows.
Yeah, I think I saw 1 car possibly spinning. I believe it was the car that was behind me, the 25.
Yes, on the front stretch earlier in the race.
Yeah, he was like kind of right in front of me, and I got nervous. But
Hey, battle for the lead now. To the 22 to the inside of the 80, not even a contest. Brad just lets him go. Smart move. You know what they say? Not your fight. He's gonna fly by.
yeah, I mean
But I think Stefan is going to have to pit again.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's what I was trying to. Like, I was communicating with my team before I pitted. I'm like, hey, you know, you only need to pit once if you get up towards the 70s, and I believe somebody said, well, yeah, but your tires might not make it that far. I said, well, I don't care how much you slower you go on track. You know, if you cut out a pit stop, 35 mile an hour down that pit lane is an awful long time.
It is a very long time, and for people that wanna get a gist of how long being on pit lane is, you're looking at about a minute 7 to a minute 30, depending on how much you take and whether it's 2 tires, full fuel. And that's 3 times around this racetrack.
AJ, I think if you look back through the field, I think you can see some other speeding penalties. Taylor obviously got one.
Ooh, that's going to drop him back to 14th.
When I did, I think Sheely, is that how you say the other Michael's name?
Michael Sheely, and the number 6, Michael
He's-
Sheely painting Chevy.
He's also 8 laps down. I'm sure that's a penalty. The 45's probably got a penalty. Yeah, that's probably a penalty.
45 might have an issue after this race with the 12. Coming off of turn 4, he just obliterated the 12 into the wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, here comes Stefan on pit road, taking all 4, gas and go. You know, he's good to the end, but his bed was made when he came down pit road on lap 59.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. Like I said, I came in because I was getting lapped, and I figure if I'm going to get lapped, I might as well come in and get fresh boys and try to run and race my way back and gain as much time as I can and hope for a yellow.
Expect Matt Cochran to be in soon. And then everybody else should, for the most part, make it to the finish. Ooh, only 3 drivers on the lead lap, and in just about, yep, there it goes. 2 drivers now on the lead lap.
That 22 has speed, like unbelievable speed.
Well, 2 people we expected to be up in the front and leading are.
Yeah, and Paul
Paul
came from deep in the field. Paul in that lap 20 whatever
Paul
restart
started 14th.
was at the tail. Yeah, he was at the tail end with
Shading
me.
from the wall out of 4. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get a meatball, he should be okay.
Not even that. You know, you can still not get a meatball, but severely mess up the toe and everything in the car, and that'll scrub off a lot of your time. But you know, the 2 drivers we expected to be up at front are up at front. But just the parity that we've seen tonight, Matt Cochran doing something I was not expecting at all, staying out at that lap 20 caution, sitting P4, good for him. Baron Elam, you know, he was up front early, dropped all the way back to 6th. He's holding 6 strong. Stefan plus 3 positions from the start of this race. You know, he was very much up towards the front. He just got off cycle a little bit. And then you got to look at Ryan Fry. Very good night for Ryan Fry. Over 300 laps, I think he was saying, in practice over the last couple days around this place.
Stage points for him, I think 3.
I think so, yeah. So
Plus where he's running now, it'll be a good day for him.
very, very proud of this league tonight. Very, very proud of this league.
Well, it's not over yet. Let's hold our breath for another 18 laps.
Boom. But
There's
no,
still time.
even if we get a wreck or 2, TJ, tonight has been very, very good to watch.
Well, and we got a tough schedule here, AJ.
Oh, I'm not looking forward
The
to
next few
week,
weeks.
but I know a lot of drivers are. We go to Rockingham next week.
Yeah, New Hampshire the week after that. Texas will probably be pretty okay. It's a 1.5-mile track, a lot of speed. Then Darlington.
I think people are going to have a lot of issues with Texas. I really do, especially turn 1 exit or turn 2 exit.
Yeah, it's kind of like this place. It just flattens off there. If you're not careful, you kind of find the wall. Which, for the most part, I was trying not to do, and it wasn't until I was side by side with a car that I kind of clipped it the first time.
And then,
Apparently, I had like 14 seconds of damage.
and speaking of next week, March 25th, Michael Sheely painting 110 laps around Rockingham. I'm excited to go retro next week.
When is the last time you raced or turned laps at Rocky?
About 3 or 4 months ago in a late model.
I don't think I have ran Rockingham since like NASCAR Thunder era days.
Sure. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Put your head between your legs and kiss your butt goodbye.
We'll be turning practice all week. We'll get it figured out. We had good speed tonight. I wasn't feeling good. I'm sure you talked about it.
I did. I mentioned that you were a straight boss for even trying to get behind the wheel with 102 feet.
I mean, like I said, oh, there it is.
The tire, I think, blew. Oh no, he's coming off a pit road. Did he Ryan fry it? Oh, that bump. Oh boy. Please.
That is such an odd bump.
I can see how that happened completely.
That bump, I don't even like, it's so strange, honestly. Thank God nobody hit him because he went right across the track.
Yeah, that bump. Oh, but he does go headfirst into the wall. Oh, God. Oh, that's a scary look.
Yeah, I don't think he got too much damage from his little excursion with the fence.
The pace car.
But that bump in practice, yeah. That bump was an issue we had in practice. Oh my God, why is it so aggressive?
Here comes Irving. They're coming for 4, Mr. Feelgoods.
Yeah, I believe I heard Erickson say he's taking his lucky dog.
I think that'll put... I think it's going to recycle around. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these drivers stay out hoping for another yellow just so they're on the lead lap.
Yeah. I think my car just grenaded.
Did you shut it off before you got out of it? Then yes.
Good. I didn't want to see the thing ever again anyway.
Yeah, but now the guy's got to build a new one.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, the other cars don't look too bad, so maybe
the body's fine. The engines just seem better.
Are we Roush Fenway or Penske power?
Yes.
We're Fry power.
That's right. We're getting fried, man.
Oh, I think it did. Here comes everybody else now down pit road. So we should technically end up with...
Yeah, Taylor Wasson running the number 7 Fry truck, and that was supposed to be his Vegas car. Apparently he didn't click it in time or clicked it out of the wrong order.
Well, the thing was, I joined the session while it was his old scheme. He left, came back with the new scheme, but because I was already in the session, those are dogs.
Yes, they are.
I didn't just jump through the roof. It's fine. We're good. We're fine. Okay. I think Ryan Fry's about to get on the lead lap here. Along with... might just be Ryan Fry. Joe Darnell might get a lap back here. He's multiple down. Basically, everybody in front of the 22 and 48 going to get a lap back. Matt Crocker and Taylor Watson, the 45 of Griffiths, the 6 of Michael Sheely, and Ryan Fry and Joe Darnell. Should be getting the 1 to go this time by. There it goes. The 1 to go. That will put 4 cars on the lead lap with just about 15 laps or so to go. TJ, are the dogs settled yet?
I think so, AJ. They aren't barking, so.
Because I heard you mute your mic.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think, the broadcast wanted to hear my dog.
Well, I didn't.
Well, the hell with you.
Yeah, I've heard that today a couple times.
Listen, I might be running a fever, but it ain't the only running I'm doing tonight.
To the bathroom?
No, I haven't had to do that yet.
Oh.
Thank God. I'm sure at some point when I eat something.
No, usually when that fever breaks and it starts kicking everything else out of your body.
Yeah.
All right,
Where
pace
the
car
heck?
is in, and we are green. Shane Wolf with an excellent launch. Paul Irving, very slow on the restart. Gonna get a very good entry into turn one. Gonna try to pull to that back bumper of the 22. We are all single file as we exit two.
Not a lot of laps here if we don't get any cautions. I think a couple of guys that got their laps back are going to just kind of hold par in their position. I can confirm that even if you go slow, you won't get lapped in 20 laps. 'Cause I was not going very fast in the opening stage.
Oh, is that Matt Cochran in the wall? I think so, out of 4. And I wish that walkway wasn't there so we get a nice shot down the back straightaway. But you can't get what you want all the time. Oh!
I'm surprised they never mounted a camera in there.
That would be cool. They probably do. We just don't have it. Or I didn't move one to
I mean,
put it
I
there.
don't think I've ever seen it in... I mean, I've seen, like, cameras in there, but I don't think I've ever seen, like, a shot for NASCAR in there. I always thought it'd be a really good tell of just how much speed they actually carry around this racetrack to watch them go underneath it.
10 to go around the monster mile for the Grooming by Kimberly, 125. Thank you everybody who has tuned in. Like, subscribe, hit the bell if you're on YouTube. You won't miss a broadcast, whether it's iRacing or just us having fun doing something else. We do have a podcast every Friday, the Off in Turn 1 podcast. Gary Wells, Joe Hutchings do a really good job breaking down the week that was in all of motorsports. The Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast talking about Hunger Games, the Mockingjay 2 movies. This Thursday, Falcon Grafix. Use code AllStar15TV when you talk to Mick Olofsson. On your first wrap, you'll save $5. The Wrestling with Nerds podcast, they just finished WrestleMania 10 on the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast. Next week, they're talking about WrestleMania 17. And then the title sponsor for the Next Gen series, Michael Steele Graphics and Design, puts out good paint schemes. I know you, Ryan, the whole RFM team really benefiting from having him on the team, not just for the points every week, because he makes killer schemes too.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
And he also helps you guys on the track too.
Michael's a very fast driver. He
Sounds like a tiny
he got
dog.
loose. That was actually the Husky. He got loose early, I think on that lap 22 restart. Creamed the wall, had to go
he
get
killed
damage
the wall
repaired.
And he's made 2 positions back because he's kept in it.
Well, yeah, he got by me because I said to hell with it.
And then Stefan.
And I don't know what happened to Brad.
And neither do I. I know he had damage, as we were talking about Michael Steele, he's back in the wall. Shane Wolf about a half a second in front of Paul Irvin. Ryan Fry trying to hold on to a 4th place finish. Has 11 seconds to give up to Farron Elam. But right now,
And I think
your top 3 is Shane Wolf, Irving, and Erickson.
you only lose about a second a lap here. I don't think he's got enough laps to give all that time up.
I don't think so either. But you also have to keep the car underneath you.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously if he loops the thing, That changes everything just a wee bit.
And right now, he's off about a second a lap. But hey, if you're going to come home fourth, and you have nobody even near you, why not baby it the rest of the way?
Pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't see why it would hurt you.
Dual popsicle sticks up in the air from Barney the flagman. Shane Wolf takes the 2 to go. If Paul Irvin is going to make a move, he's going to have to do it now. No shot for Ericsson. Coming out of turn number 4, taking the wrestling with Nerds white flag.
Yeah, AJ, I'll be real curious to see that podcast on Friday. Their thoughts on this past Bristol race.
Well, I can tell you them, and you're not gonna like it.
Well, I mean, I know we can't all be thrilled with what we saw.
Just like the 88% with Jeff Gluck.
Is it that where that held? I hadn't looked in a while.
And Shane Wolf is going to win the grooming by Kimberly 125 in dominant fashion. Paul Irvin.
Yeah, how many laps did he lead tonight?
It doesn't show me.
I know it was a lot of them.
It definitely was a lot of them. Probably more than half of them. Ericsson coming home in 3rd. Ryan Fry coming home 4th. Baron Elam 5th. Chris Darkwood in 6th. 7th, Joshua Yandow. Matt Cochran in 8th. Joe Darnell in 9th. And in 10th, you have Adam Capps. We're going to talk to our podium finishers momentarily. Going to take a quick commercial break. Going to say hi to the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
There was our race leader right there, burning it down. Trying to get that picture. Matt Cochran burned it down on the into the pits too. Oh boy.
You should go burn it down right on that bump. Oh my. You know, I wanted to run as many laps as I could. I think where the hell I ended up. Half the race was good enough for me.
All right. Well, TJ, you're still gonna help me with the broadcast. So, here you go. Since you're good with these interviews, here's P3 Matt Erickson.
Matt Erickson, you got a copy?
I do. How's it going?
Not bad, man. Not a bad 3rd place finish there. Anything you needed more to try to get further up in there?
Yeah, I think I needed a few more laps and a few less lap cars in front of me, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I'll take 3rd all day long, especially with the way that race started.
Yeah, I remember at one point you were right in front of me, and I'm going, anybody around me right now is not having a great day.
Yeah,
I was not
P4.
running with any sort of speed.
No, I started P4 and I was stuck on the bottom, and it was just so loose on that bottom line that I got into the wall on the front stretch about 4 laps in and dropped all the way back to 14th on the first stage, but we fought our way back.
You did a heck of a job getting back up there to P3. Just kind of caught the strategy just the right way, happened to be in the right spot there, lucky dog, and top 3 at Dover, Delaware is nothing to blink at for sure.
Oh, definitely. No, that last caution was a huge break. So whoever that was, thank you. I
do believe it was the 4 car.
Okay. I was running about 3 laps short of fuel, and I was trying to save as much as I could to get to the end. So that was a saving grace right there.
How we go to Rockingham next? What do you got for a plan for that place?
Oh, Same plan as this week. Practice, practice, practice.
I like the way you started that with a
Yeah. It's, this track is the same way. This track can be full of cautions or it can be green all the way. And everybody did a really good job tonight. And I figured on older tires, we were going to have a few cautions. But overall, I think it was a great race.
Yeah, only the one yellow, and it was that bump on pit exit is what threw the 4-car across. He hit that bump, and the car just completely destabilized. Almost right in front of the leaders.
I'll have to send him a thank you card for bringing that caution out.
Yeah, because I don't think he meant to, but it did happen. But congrats on the 3rd place. Sponsors you'd like to plug?
Yeah, of course, TriStar Motorsports. Working with me. Josh was working with me tonight. We were working pretty well until he got a black flag penalty on pit road. But yeah, my Hydro Peak Toyota was super fast tonight, and yeah, we held her together, and EFRL and everybody, Ryan, Joe, Brandon, you guys up in the booth, keep doing an awesome job. Loving it every week.
We love to hear it, and we love to have drivers that are very happy with the series. AJ, you got anything for Matt?
Dude, way to fight back. I know you had some adversity early on in the race. To come back and finish 3rd, you got to feel good about it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go to bed happy tonight. It's been a long time coming, and I've been slowly trying to get up towards the front. I don't think I would have had anything for James or Paul, but I would have liked to at least started behind them and see if I could keep up with them. But at the end of the day, I'll come home 3rd behind 5 other cars. Doesn't bother me.
All right, dude. Well, can't wait to see you next week at Rockingham. Good luck in your practice, and maybe we'll get to talk to you.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
All right, that's Matt Erickson coming home tonight in 3rd. TJ, you ready for Paul Irvin for our 2nd place call?
Absolutely.
All right. See if we can get him here. There you go.
Paul Irvin, you got a copy.
10-4, I got you.
Dude, I think you may have came from the deepest in the field to get up in the top 5. How'd that drive go?
It was a little scary there at the beginning. Don't really know how people's cars are going to handle there. I just knew that I needed to get up to the top 10 there in 20 laps to get at least a couple of stage points. With Shane Wolf starting up there so early, I think that he's going to be my biggest competition this season. So can't lose too many points to him. I'm pretty sure he just took the points lead with his dominating win today. But hats off to him. There's no way I was going to catch him. Even with that caution there at the end of the race, I said, you don't have to push it. I don't have the car. I don't like the track too much. Finishing 2nd is a win for me here. So hats off to him. Hell of a race. We'll get him next week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we lost, but maybe 1 car to Miles tonight out of a field of 17 cars. That in itself is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And like I said, you drove from 14th all the way to 2nd. I think the only other person that got anywhere even close to that was 81, went from 17th to 6th. I remember you started back right in front of me, and I said, this guy don't belong back here. What's he doing? But
Back-to-back weeks, can't qualify. I feel like a true Bowman not able to qualify and managed to back our way into another podium.
Well, I know you're a good enough driver to do it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else does. And what are your thoughts for Richmond?
Rockingham.
Rockingham.
I'd say Richmond is not on my mind. That had been news to me.
Rockingham.
I mean, Rockingham. Richmond's later. That's like way later.
Yeah, I love Rockingham a lot more than I love Dover.
Oh, that's scary.
So I expect to be up there again, top 3. Like I said, Shane Wolf is, I think, biggest competition, but and you'll find somebody else in the field that just Dover wasn't their race, and they also love Rockingham. So gotta have one eye forward and one eye back on the competition. But yeah, I got high hopes for it. And look, more momentum finishing second. So let's just carry it on to Rockingham.
I told AJ the last time I think I turned laps at Rocky NASCAR Thunder 2004. So I'm going to be very glued into practice this week.
Yeah, it's a bottom feeder track. Once you start running that high side, you can make passes there. You're gonna burn your stuff up quick. So definitely a bottom feeder track. It's all about tire management, but hey, what track isn't these days?
That's very true. Hell of a job on your second place. Sponsors to plug?
Oh, yeah, obviously Darnell Racing, given the opportunity to run for him. And Dustin Carroll again for the paint scheme that we got on the car. It's a beautiful Ally paint scheme. And again, shout out Shane Wolf for just a dominant race, and you guys up in the broadcast booth. Well, AJ up in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I didn't want to be here. I just found myself here after a speeding penalty.
Just start wandering around.
Well, I had 102 fever today, so I made it like 60 laps into this race. I got a speeding penalty. It was like 6 laps down. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna park here.
Man, I can't blame you. I've raced like that. It is not fun. So I applaud you for that.
I mean, I broadcasted with the flu a couple months ago, and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. And that's just me talking.
I don't know what would be worse, driving or talking.
Oh, I've broadcasted with strep before. It was the worst thing I decided to do that night.
Yeah,
Probably by the end of the night, you barely can talk.
I think.
Oh, my wife loved that.
Well, we didn't love it. It's not as fun as a broadcaster. We can't hear you on it.
All right. Paul, I can't wait to see what you end up doing at Rockingham. I'm excited for it. Tonight was absolutely fantastic. By far, you were the biggest mover. Actually, not by far. You were the biggest mover, but Chris Darkwood, plus 11, you were plus 12. So good job on that one with the hard charger.
Thank you. Just expects me to start 15th next week.
Yeah, well, as long as you don't end up with a Gatorade splashed all in your face at the end of a race, you're fine. Then you're really Bowman.
Yeah, true. True.
See you later, pal.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, that was Paul Irvin. TJ, our race winning driver, the driver, the number 22, James Shane Wolf. Here he is.
Mr. Shane Wolf, you got a copy.
I gotcha.
Dude, could you go slower, please? My goodness. I think you just whooped the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, I hope I got my name out there tonight. That's for sure. I don't know what more I could do to do so. So
I was watching you at Vegas, and I knew you had a good car at Vegas. And obviously tonight, you caught me, I think, right around lap 57, and I'm like, this guy is hauling the mail. And I tried to go get tires to try to just do something, and then I sped and parked the thing. But you were on a tear. AJ can't tell me because it doesn't tell him how many laps you led, but it feels like it was most of the race.
I can pull up the results. It was 81.
That is insanity. 81 laps at Dover. What, AJ? What was his lead before the caution?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of.
I can tell y'all because that one I was a little upset about. That it was 12.6.
Yeah, Matt hit that. Matt hit that bump.
My damn teammate.
Your teammate hit that bump on the exit of pit lane and then shot across the track. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god.
I was expecting there to be a lot of cars in turn 1 with that one, but I'm happy everybody missed it.
Yeah, he felt bad for it. As soon as that happened, he was like, oh no, oh no.
That bump was unbelievable. I hit it in practice and was like, why is this here?
There was a bump going into 3 too. If you didn't get to the bottom at the right time, if you stayed up a little bit, I realized, and it was upsetting the nose. So I was taking a shallower approach into 3, and I think that's where I was gaining most of my speed at because I was letting the nose settle a little sooner than everybody else. But
Whatever
yeah,
you did, do it again next week and the week after that, and you're gonna have one hell of a season.
I hope so, man. I hope so. It's been over a year since I won a league race, so it feels good to finally get one back under the belt.
Oh, so you're just starting. Oh God, you know when they say after you get like the first win in a while, you really start boom, boom, boom,
Start to go on a
rattling.
tear. Yep.
Yeah, it's starting to get warmer out too, so smoke rises.
Oh yeah, dude. When I raced in real life, man, it took me a full year to get one win, and then the next season we went out and won over half the races. So,
There you go.
hopefully we can do that here, man. I hope anyway. I hope we can continue to be good and continue to run up front.
Rockingham next week. Thoughts on that place?
I love that place, man. It's so fun. It's
You and Paul
multi-groove.
said the same thing, and I'm like, these guys are crazy.
It's multi-groove. I've never run it on the next gens, but it's one of my favorite tracks on the sim. So hopefully we can carry the momentum from the last 2 weeks now with the second and the win.
Yeah, and I mean, not for nothing, you drove through the field at Vegas. I remember you going by, and I'm like, that dude's going someplace.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the front, man. I love Vegas too. Vegas is one of my better tracks. Dover, I like Dover, but I usually have a problem with burning my right front up. And tonight, that's just all I was telling myself the whole race, man. I was talking to myself, just telling myself to keep the right front under me. Don't burn it up. Don't wear it out. Just keep the turn in the car, and I'll be fine. And it worked out. So.
Well, you did one heck of a job with it, that's for sure.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it.
Any sponsors you would like to plug?
Yeah, got to give a shout out to Adam Caps with Elite Entertainment for sponsoring me. Like I said last week, that man's been with me for years, sponsoring me. So good to get another win for him. Shout out to Joe Darnell Racing, man, for bringing me in here this season. Good to get a win for him. That's 2 in a row now for Darnell Racing. So hopefully we can keep that streak going. Another 1-2 finish for Darnell as well. So me and the teammates are doing our best to keep the momentum rolling at least. Also, big shout out, man. Like tonight we I never expected to run as good as we did, but I think we had Kevin on board with us. That's Joe's brother. So having him riding with us, I think helped quite a bit. Doing it for him, man. That we're dedicating the whole season to him. So hopefully we can secure this championship, or at least team championship. Also big shout out to you guys for streaming it, EFRL, everybody, all the admins for putting the show on, man. Giving us a place to race each week. Shout out to my old lady for putting up with this crazy crap, letting me spend way too much time on this stuff, man. Dealing with me yelling at a TV screen all night, keeping her awake. So yeah, man, big thank you to everybody that watches. Shout out to my family. I know my dad's watching. Finally got us one, so I know he's going to be excited. I'm sure I'll be getting a phone call here shortly. Yeah, man. So hopefully we can carry the momentum into next week. Rockingham, try and steal another one there.
Oh, I mean, you didn't steal it tonight. You absolutely took it.
I appreciate it. So Adam Caps, my other teammate, my sponsor, he had the fastest lap of the race. And on that final restart there, Paul was talking, and he was like, man, I don't think I got anything for you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, so don't push too hard. Don't put yourself in a bad spot. And Adam had the fastest lap of the race since lap 7. And I stole it away on lap 115, the fast lap of the race. And I told them, Paul was like, why are you pushing? I told him, I said, well, I couldn't let Adam have the fastest lap. So stole the fastest lap from Adam there at the end too.
Funny.
Yeah, there's races
maximizing the point.
There's races that are highly contested, very tight, and then there's races like Kyle Busch in the Truck Series at COTA. Straight ass whoopings. That's exactly what it was tonight.
Hopefully we can hand out a few more of them, man. It feels good to not just win one, but to
I mean, it's
to
cool
win
when I
one
don't
like
have
that.
to worry about the lead car because we know who's going to lead car. We can watch the battles throughout the rest of the racetrack. So it was kind of nice. It's like, oh, who's in the yeah, Shane Wolf. Okay, fine. What's happening in P4 and 5? All
Yeah,
right,
hopefully
dude.
we can hand out a few more of them this year, man. The team as a whole, not just me. I know Paul's quick. Adam's got some speed too. If he can just find some luck. Joe and Matt as well, man. They just luck hasn't been on their side. Once we can flip the right card for them and get some luck going their way, I think they'll be contenders as well. So
All right, brother. Well, we'll let you go celebrate the win here tonight. Congratulations once again. And we'll see you at Rockingham next week, dude.
yeah, man. We'll see y'all then. I'm gonna go crack open a beer, celebrate a little bit.
Oh,
Hell
that
yeah.
sounds so nice. See you later, pal.
Later, man.
DJ, I know before this season started, we were very, very skeptical on how it's going to go. I could safely say a couple races into this season, the EFRL Next Gen Series is very, very healthy and going very strong.
Yeah, I mean, we got a good group of guys here. Everybody's pretty clean. You know, everybody's trying to take care of everybody else. It's good. That's a really good thing to see.
Yeah, Joshua and Ryan were around each other a couple times. So I was very happy to see that nobody ended up dead.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
All right.
Speaking of Ryan Fry,
Uh-oh.
Howdy. Is there room for fourth? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
hold
dude,
on.
hell of
We're
a job.
reinforcing.
It's been a while since there's been this much weight in this booth.
No kidding. No kidding. But dude, fourth place? What the hell? How'd you do that?
My car was really, really good. I mean, on the long run, on tires, I don't know. And me and Matt Erickson just asked me, he's like, what did your line? Because he's like, you're running a really weird line. What did it do to your tires? I was like, I don't know. I ran until it was ran out of fuel, and then I ran some more, and my car was really, really good on old tires. I was more confident on the old tires than I were on new tires. I was definitely nervous on that restart. And I just kept trucking along. This place was pretty fun to drive during the race. Practice sucked, but during the race was fun.
Well,
I feel like the exact opposite, but that's only because I'm sick.
I know when you and everybody in the admin team were compiling the schedule, Rockingham. We're going to
I feel
Rockingham
like they
next
took
week.
all of the hard tracks and put them on the schedule.
Well, I'll admit, when everybody is bitching and complaining next week about Rockingham, I'll take all letters in written form. Please address them to me because I'm the one that wanted Rockingham.
I mean, I'm excited for it.
It's one of my all-time favorite tracks. It's probably my absolute favorite track. I was always a fan of that place when they raced there in the 90s up until the mid or early 2000s. It was always one of my favorite tracks to run when it was on video games.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fun. The bottom, I don't think is gonna be friendly. It seems like it's more of a top groove track. So with these cars, it's gonna be fun.
Fun.
Well, Ryan, like I told TJ in a couple minutes ago, the way the first couple races started for the EFRL, you guys really need to start pushing the video content out so people can see what the races are like. This series is healthy, probably healthier than it has been in the last couple seasons. So I'm very excited for Rockingham. You guys put on a banger of a race tonight. Congratulations to you for finishing fourth. Now let's get out of this booth and go watch some Monday Night Raw because I heard a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, it keeps creaking. I'm getting nervous up here.
Sounds good.
I know
See you
Taylor
guys in
said he wanted to
Rockingham.
blow up the racetrack, so hopefully it's not an earthquake if we go through the floor.
Miles will not be happy.
Nope. Bye, everybody. See you at Rockingham next Monday.